It is roughly 4,000 years ago, and your workout begins before breakfast. You carry water, drag wood, lift baskets, walk for miles, squat near the ground, and repeat until sunset. No smartwatch celebrates your steps. No protein shake waits nearby. And if you complain about leg day, someone probably hands you a heavier basket. Ancient people did not need modern gyms because movement was built into survival. But here's the strange part. Some of them invented gyms anyway. So why did ancient humans seem to stay fit without needing the kind of gym we know today? The answer is simple. Most people moved because life forced them to. Farming, building, hunting, hauling, marching, and household work already trained the body. But when strength became useful for war, sport, health, or status, ancient societies began training on purpose. Start with ancient Egypt, a civilization that treated moving extremely heavy objects like a national hobby. At Beni Hassan, inside tomb 15 of the governor Bakay Iaa, dated to around the 21st century BCE, painted walls showed dozens of wrestling positions: grips, throws, locks, and counters. This was not two workers settling an argument after lunch. The repeated poses suggest that techniques were observed, practiced, and taught. Egyptians also rode, carried grain, pulled boats, quarried stone, and worked long days in the heat. Their daily lives already demanded endurance and full-body strength. Did they train deliberately? Yes, they did. Wrestling prepared men for combat and competition, while physical skill became a symbol of discipline and status. The average laborer did not schedule chest day. He simply lived inside it. Their gym equipment was the economy, and it never closed. Then came the ancient Greeks, who looked at exercise and decided it needed rules, philosophy, public buildings, and several naked men arguing about excellence. The first recorded Olympic Games took place at Olympia in 776 BCE. By the Hellenistic period, from 323 to 31 BCE, Olympia had both a gymnasium and a palestra, basically an ancient wrestling and training yard. Athletes practiced running, boxing, wrestling, jumping, discus, and javelin under specialist trainers. Exercise was not just about looking strong. It prepared citizens for war, supported education, honored the gods, and gave successful athletes a path to fame. The Hippocratic treatise regimen, written in the medical tradition of the late 5th or early 4th century BCE, argued that food alone could not preserve health and had to be balanced with exercise. Hippocrates was basically the ancient version of that calm doctor who tells you to sleep more, move daily, and stop searching for a magical shortcut. Greek training was organized and serious, but it was not open equally to everyone. Citizenship, age, gender, and social status shaped who could enter these spaces. So the Greeks did not prove that ancient humans needed no gyms. They proved that humans will build a gym the moment exercise becomes culture. Finally, consider Rome, the civilization that turned bathing into engineering and exercise into the warm-up before an afternoon of gossip. At Pompeii, the large palaestra was built in the early 1st century CE, while the nearby Stabian baths included an open courtyard where people could exercise before washing and socializing. Romans ran, wrestled, boxed, swam, lifted weighted objects, and played ball games. Galen, the 2nd century CE physician who had a confident opinion about nearly everything inside the human body, wrote on exercise with a small ball. He argued that ball play trained many parts of the body without requiring expensive equipment. Practical. Social. Surprisingly modern. Roman exercise also reflected class. A wealthy citizen playing ball before a bath and an enslaved dock worker carrying cargo were both physically active, but only one of them called it leisure. Same muscles. Very different lives. Here is the modern contrast. In the 19th century, Swedish physician Gustav Zander developed mechanical exercise machines as industrialization made daily life less physical. His machines appeared at the 1876 Centennial Exhibition in Philadelphia. Humans spent thousands of years moving because work demanded it, then invented machines to imitate movement after other machines removed it from everyday life. Zoom out, and the mystery disappears. Ancient people were not naturally superhuman, and they were not protected from weakness or illness by some prehistoric secret. They simply lived in a world where movement was difficult to avoid. At the same time, Egyptians, Greeks, and Romans still trained deliberately when strength served combat, sport, health, status, or community. The real lesson is not that you should cancel your gym and start carrying limestone. It is that the human body expects movement to be spread through the day, not compressed into one guilty hour after sitting for 10. Ancient bodies were not magical. Their world simply made movement unavoidable. Ours often does the opposite. So the next time the elevator is slow, take the stairs. Somewhere in ancient Rome, Galen would probably approve, then explain why for 45 uninterrupted minutes.